In this video, I will show you how to sell print-on-demand products on Etsy. It is not as easy as just upload a random picture to a t-shirt and boom, thousands of sales. There is a process behind it. And if you follow it, you can make sales. Whether it's an extra $200 a month to cover groceries or a full-time income. This will be the full, updated step-by-step for this year. We will set up an Etsy shop and connect it to a print-on-demand platform. Choose products that actually sell. I'll show you how to create designs even if you're not a designer, how to publish listings that get found and get real traffic that turns into sales. And our first step is to do niche and design research. Before we jump into creating designs, I always start with research, and not just looking around Etsy for 5 minutes type of research. I mean real digging into what's selling right now. Let's say I'm thinking of making products for an upcoming holiday, for example, Halloween or Thanksgiving. It is already time to list your products for this holiday season now. If you check Google Trends, Halloween spikes starts already in August, and it reaches the peak in the last week of October. It's a huge gift-giving season, and people buy a lot of mugs, shirts, and tote bags, and so on. So I will type Halloween sweatshirt into Etsy search. And then, over on the filters, I will select first physical products, because we don't want any digital products now, since we're doing research for print on demand. And then I will select Star Seller. That helps me narrow it down to shops that are already doing well. But we're not stopping there, because Etsy doesn't allow you directly to filter for bestsellers anymore. I'll give you a little hack here. Up in the search bar URL, where it says star, you can delete this word and type best. Hit enter, and now Etsy is showing the best-selling listings for that search term. Straight away, I can see which designs are trending. The first thing that you'll see is a high number of reviews on some listings. But if you use Everbee Chrome extension like I do, you can also see additional data like the number of recent sales. For example, this listing with cute ghosts had over 60 sales, but the season is just starting this year. And if we click on the Everbee icon, we can see that this store sold this particular Halloween shirt over 2,000 times, and the listing is only 13 months old. So it was created right before the Halloween last year, and it got trendy, and the majority of these 2,000 sales probably happened before the previous Halloween. From my research, it looks like designs with cute ghosts are always trendy. And don't worry, I'm not going to sell these exact designs. This research is just so that I can reference the style and the vibe when I try to create similar images in Canva. I think the easiest way to get started for beginners these days is with AI-generated designs, especially because Etsy publicly said that they will continue to allow sellers to use AI tools. You're only required to disclose it in the listing description, but it is not against Etsy's policies to use AI image generators. So I find Canva AI very helpful. Let's try to generate something like this. Now I can choose one of the images and then increase the resolution with just one click. I can also use Canva AI background remover right here, and in just a few clicks, I've generated a new image with cute ghosts. Then I can download it as a PNG image for the best quality. And I will get back to the image size actually a little later in the video, because this size will depend on the product itself on which you will print the design. And here is an extra tip on choosing the designs. Look for niches within niches. Instead of say something like funny mugs, think of funny mugs for nurses, or say something like cat lover mugs. The smaller the niche, the less competition. AI is just one option for making designs. You can also keep it super simple with text-only designs. You can use ready-made graphics from Canva library, or even mix things up by combining AI artwork with your own fonts and hand-drawn elements. With these approaches, you can make the whole design process a lot easier, which is usually the part where beginners get really stuck. For today, though, we will focus on AI images. Our second step is setting up your print-on-demand store on Etsy. So if you want to start an Etsy account with 40 free listings, you can use my link below and sign up with your email. After these first 40 listings that are free, it only costs 20 cents to keep a listing active for 4 months. When I tried here in Portugal, it tells me that there is a $19 fee to start a shop, but the base rate, I believe, is $15, and then local taxes are automatically added. Then choose your store language, country and currency and set your store name. Once your Etsy account is ready, then use the first link below and sign up for Printify. I partnered with them in this part of the video to show you how you can create a free account and run your print-on-demand business on Etsy. You can use Printify on their free plan for as long as you wish. You only will pay when someone makes a purchase in your store. Now, in your Printify dashboard, go to My Stores, then Connect and choose Etsy. Sign in and grant access. That's it. Orders will go from Etsy to Printify automatically. And here is a quick pro tip. In Etsy settings, check your shop currency. This saves you from awkward pricing later. This is especially important if you're not based in the United States. In your Etsy store, you can find Finances tab, then click Currency and select US dollars. Printify offers a huge catalog of products like t-shirts, sweatshirts, blankets, mugs, and so much more. For apparel, sweatshirts and t-shirts are usually the go-to products. And for today's Halloween example, I will show you sweatshirts. When you choose a product, Printify will give you Printify Choice, which is basically their top-rated recommended suppliers. What's important to know is that Printify works with many different fulfillment centers, so you're not stuck with one printer. And depending on where your customer is located, Printify can route the order to the closest provider for faster shipping. And if you want, you can even manually select your supplier. My personal favorite is Monster Digital. They have fast shipping, good quality, and a wide range of color options. But getting back to that bestseller Printify Choice, I will click to start designing it and then just drag and drop the file that I created earlier in Canva, and it will appear on the shirt. From there, you can resize and position it however you like. What's important here is to check the print area size. For sweatshirts, it will be often, not for all products, but often 3852 pixels by 4398. So here is what happens if I upload the image from Canva. It will be okay for this resolution, but it's considered only medium quality, not great for printing. We need to get this to about 300 dpi. So I have to increase the image resolution in Canva even higher. I'll go back to Canva, click Resize. By the way, these features are available on Canva's paid accounts only, but Canva is really affordable, definitely worth the fee. So I will change it to 3852 pixels, and then I'll keep the height the same because originally I made a square image. Then I will download it and upload it back to Printify. And you can see now on Printify, it shows a high resolution. And next you will set up your variants, which are simply the colors and sizes that you want to offer. On Etsy, buyers can actually choose their size and color at the checkout. So you decide which options you want to make available. And once you've selected your variants, you can preview your design on each shirt color. And this is where you will see how the artwork looks on different backgrounds. And here's one tip here. Don't overwhelm buyers with too many choices. I think that offering up to 5 colors works the best. Otherwise, people get confused and they hesitate to buy. Now, after everything looks good, your sweatshirt design is ready to go live in your store. But we still have to make one more step. So once your product and colors are lined up, you can hit Save Product and Printify will take you to the mockup stage. And here it gives you a variety of mockups plus a size chart. I recommend you to always include the size chart when you can, because it reduces unhappy customers and returns. I also recommend you to show a mix here in the mockups. 1 or 2 flat lays and at least 1 lifestyle mockup with someone actually wearing the sweatshirt. This will help your buyers imagine themselves wearing this product, which usually boosts conversions. And one of my favorite platforms for mockups is Placeit. Luckily, Printify recently made a smooth integration with it, so you can add Placeit mockups directly in Printify during the upload process. It's a huge time saver. With Placeit, you can pick your shirt color and filter by age, gender, and even ethnicity to find mockups that best match your target audience. Lifestyle mockups like these usually look more natural and they tend to sell better than plain flat lays, so it's worth taking this extra step. Once you've chosen your mockups, then hit Save Selection and they will be ready to publish your product. But once your product is ready, you will still move on the listing details. Here you will submit title, description, and the price. And I personally usually tweak titles and descriptions later after some SEO research, but let's focus for now on pricing, since that's where many beginners get stuck. The best option is to offer free shipping, because Etsy will prioritize your listing based on free shipping. Yes, it cuts into your profit a little, but in my experience, free shipping badges will help listings sell better. You know, customers hate surprise fees at checkout, so I prefer to build shipping costs into the product price. I will toggle here this option to make shipping free for the customers. Printify shows you the base cost plus shipping. This pricing calculator is so helpful, especially for beginners. You can see here Etsy's fees, they're usually around $3, and now you need to price your sweatshirt above $37 to get a 19% profit, which will be in this case about $7 per sweatshirt. Don't stress too much about the exact dollar amount. What matters most is your design research and the value of your product. People will pay for something that they really want, especially if it's unique or it fits a trend. As a general rule in print on demand, you should aim for a 15 to 20% profit margin. And our next step is to publish this product to Etsy. So once I'm done with my Halloween sweatshirt design, let's say a cute ghost graphic, I will go down to Publish Settings and select Hide in Store. This makes sure that the listing goes to my draft instead of going live right away. That way, I still can finish the title, description, and keywords properly before customers see the listing. After publishing it from Printify, the product will show up in my Etsy drafts within a few minutes. From there, I can start polishing this listing. The first thing I will do is I'll work on SEO. I'll start with the title. SEO simply means search engine optimization, means adding keywords that people are actually typing into Etsy. And here I usually go with tools like Everbee or Allura, which help me check the search terms that have high volume and reasonable competition. For this sweatshirt, my main keyword might be something like Halloween sweatshirt, and I will combine it with other related terms like cute ghost sweatshirt, cozy Halloween top. The key is to mix popular keywords without repeating the same phrase over and over. Next, I will update the description. Printify provides a product template, but I like to rewrite it a bit so it's structured better and it includes some of my title keywords. For example, this cozy Halloween sweatshirt with a cute ghost design makes the perfect fall outfit or a gift. Soft cotton blend available in multiple colors and sizes. And then I will add tags. I will usually take inspiration from several best-selling listings, not just one, so I can get a variety of keywords. For this sweatshirt, I might add tags like ghost shirt, fall sweatshirt, Halloween gift, and finally, I will preview my listing, double-check the mockups, pick my main photo, and make sure that everything looks good. And that's it! My Halloween sweatshirt design is ready to go live in my Etsy shop. Now, the next step is to market your products. And my strategy has 3 main parts: getting your listings to rank on Etsy, 2, I will make sure that those listings convert into sales. And 3, it's optional. You can add ads once you know what's working. So I've already talked about SEO early in this video, and the next part is conversion. Conversion is about presentation of your product. Your photos and mockups are the most important part. Default mockups from Printify are okay, but if you want premium Etsy style vibes, then you should use high quality mockups I mentioned from Placeit. And buyers need to picture themselves wearing your sweatshirt or maybe drinking from your mug. Lifestyle photos almost always convert better than plain flat lays. Now let's talk about free traffic outside of Etsy. My favorite place for this is Pinterest. Pinterest is basically a visual search engine, and it works beautifully for print on demand. You can take the same lifestyle mockups that you uploaded to Etsy and create them as a pin and save them on Pinterest with links back to your shop. Because people use Pinterest to search for holiday gifts, to save some ideas for seasonal clothing, for home decor. Your designs can get discovered by buyers who weren't even on Etsy yet. For example, if you're selling a Halloween sweatshirt with a cute ghost design, you could create pins with titles like Cozy Halloween Sweatshirt, Cute Ghost Fall Outfit, or maybe Spooky Season Sweatshirt Gift Idea. And you can add trending keywords into your pin description, link it directly to your Etsy listing, and those pins can send you traffic for free for months. I wanted to highlight this because Pinterest doesn't work as a usual social media where you post and in 24 hours the engagement is gone. Pinterest content has a long lifespan. A pin that you posted today can still bring you sales years from now. If you want to learn more about Pinterest marketing, I will link my free on-demand class in the description below. I also have a paid course linked there, but you can check the free one to get started. Now, do you need Etsy ads? They are not a must. They are optional. Say you already have a listing that is making organic sales, then you can turn on Etsy ads for that product and this will give it a boost. But don't waste your money advertising designs that haven't sold yet. Start with organic SEO and Pinterest first. And if you're still in doubts, check my recent video on why Etsy print on demand is actually easier this year than ever before. I'll link that video up there and I'll see you in the next one.